It has been a weekend. We're in the full first week of December. First full week, I guess. Yeah, first full week.
Yeah.
We got EV repairs and master's degrees and a new McDonald's coming at you this morning. Just what we needed. Another
Just
McDonald's.
what we needed. Another reason to use the restroom.
I don't know, man.
That was wrong. Wrong way to start the Monday. I apologize for that. I have this
bathroom humor, Kyle.
reaction. Visceral reaction. To
As soon as I said the word, his stomach went. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it.
Oh,
hey,
man.
do you eat at McDonald's? How often does your family, like, when was the last time your family went to McDonald's? Because I know you do like some junk food, like you go to Little Caesars, but do you go to McDonald's?
No. I don't think I've ever purchased my entire family a meal at McDonald's.
Yeah.
The only thing we do at McDonald's,
right,
is my wife and I. My wife and I get
McFlurry
coffee there.
Oh, right, because McDonald's does have, right, as far as
really
the fast
good
food stuff
coffee
goes,
in
you would
comparison
pick McDonald's
to all
over
fast food.
Starbucks, wouldn't you?
All day. Well, like twice on Sundays. Yeah,
There you
absolutely. No, we're like Chick-fil-A out. Chick-fil-A and Chipotle
Yeah,
is our.
Well, we just thought I need to get a few things squared away before the week starts.
Just had to know.
Now we have the answer. Coming up next week, we have a really fun webinar coming up. We have these ASOTU Edge webinars. If you haven't been a part of one, you should try one by going to asotu.com, scrolling down a little bit, register. Quick shot, 20, 30-minute webinars where we're trying to bring a little life and lively nature into a webinar. You know how it goes usually. You're at minute
I was
40.
talking to someone on Friday and they were like, I don't like webinars.
That's
And
exactly
I was
our point.
I was like, why? And literally this person goes, they're just too long. I can't commit to an hour. I was like, got him. There it is.
That's your
Perfect.
solution there. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? It's background noise before you know it. Not these. Check it out. We're going to be with our friends at Upstart, talking about connected car buying and all the little nuggets that you can deploy on a regular basis. You'll learn something. You'll laugh a little. You'll have some fun. Try one out if you haven't. If you have, you already know how fun they are. So you could be there. Also, that's December 13th next week. You can register now for free. December 20th? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Year-end extravaganza coming in hot. If you've been around for the last few years, this will be our third annual ASOTU year-end extravaganza. We have some
We have
special
something
stuff.
we can call third annual. That's nuts.
Weird,
That's
right?
exciting.
I already feel old enough. I met someone over the weekend. It was like the end of church, and this young couple comes up and they got two kids, not just one, two kids.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know if you remember me. And they're in their 20s, right? She goes, oh, I was friends with your friend. Remember, I was like a 10-year-old kid that used to come over to their house all the time. I was like, gotta be kidding me, ma'am.
Unreal. Yeah.
I know. So third annual makes us feel a little old. We're going to have more information coming out about the year-end extravaganza soon, but it really is a time to look back in the year, look forward, have a ton of fun guests on, guests that you'll recognize. And we're going to do a few new things this year. New format. You know us. Like to change it up. Speaking of changing things out.
Stop.
Segue.
Changing it up. That's changing things out, right? That's what happens when you repair a car. EVs are proving very costly to repair after accidents, surprising many owners with high bills and extended repair times. Recent Wall Street Journal article, actually just yesterday, said that repairs for EVs are generally more expensive. We already knew that, but parts availability, complexity, fewer specialized repair shops, all of those things on average, an EV will cost $6,500 to repair versus $4,215. I have no idea how the numbers are that low. I even think if you get like an ICE vehicle and get a fender bender these days, you're at $9,000.
This has to be like some aggregated 5-year cost or something.
It has to, but average insurance payments for an EV owner is $357 a month.
Yep.
Do the math.
Well, that's why
$4,000
Tesla just came out with their own insurance for that very reason, because like all of these legacy insurance providers don't know how to handle this thing.
No. And you start building in like, we could have like a lower lease payment and all these incentives on EVs, but how many people are factoring in a $4,000 a year cost of ownership? Not me.
Caveat here, just reminder, a lot less on regular maintenance. So this is like the off situations, but the change in insurance, just something that most people aren't talking about, because you might get a lower lease payment because of the tax incentives, or you might have a lower cost of ownership. But if you're paying $100 more in insurance a month, you're starting to get that balance.
Yeah. I wonder if that conversation's coming up at the desk, right? Or
Right.
at the F&I table after the insurance information comes in? Probably not, because most people aren't asking how much is this going to increase my insurance premium, right? Like dealer handles the insurance, gets it flipped over, and then you're going to get a piece of mail or an email from your insurance carrier in like 2 weeks, which is like, here's your adjustments to your policy. Too late.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, yeah, I mean, most customers are doing that on their own. And I think the
Okay.
thing here is that you have a customer that is most likely buying a third vehicle in the garage and that is
Good
most
point.
likely not interested in anything to do with the word affordability at this point that's
Right, but
buying this
that's going to
vehicle.
change really
It's
quickly
going to
here
change.
as we're at
Absolutely.
$300 a month payments. Like,
Yep.
oh, I think we're about to see. You heard it here first, folks. So according to one Rivian R1T owner, Scott McFiggin, when his neighbor backed into his pickup truck last summer, he had a $22,000 repair bill and a 2.5 month wait. I mean, this is just a neighbor backing into your car, right?
This is
There was no high speed involved. There's no airbag deployment
no.
involved. Right.
Well,
So
and
two and
this
a
is
half
what's
months.
interesting about that, because the lithium-ion battery and the time that it takes and then the parts to repair. But like most vehicles, if they had a $22,000 repair cost, would immediately get totaled. The difference
Right.
is this
Not when it's a
RT1 has a
$90,000
high
vehicle.
value, so they don't want to go through the cost of replacement.
Yeah.
They'll go and repair that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another wild
Mm-hmm.
step.
Here's a quote from the article from Mark Fredman, Chief Strategy Officer of CCC Intelligent Solutions. It's a collision organization. Says people are used to hearing that EVs have fewer parts than a combustion vehicle. I agree with that, right? Well, it's got fewer moving parts. That's why there's less maintenance. However, that's not the case in collision repair, meaning there's lots of sensors, there's wiring, there's all these other parts that aren't involved in like think of how many parts are in a combustion engine versus like a battery motor, right?
They might not be
So,
involved with moving the car forward and backwards, but there's a ton of extra tech and wiring,
integration, safety.
Yep.
Yeah. So hey, I know we're going to be hearing more and more about this conversation. EV, adoption
Anecdotally, I
increasing.
have a buddy that works for Geico. He's like, no one likes going on these EV repair calls.
The inside scoop from Geico, right? Because you're going on. He's like, oh man, here we go. Yeah, everybody's got to change. Speaking of changing,
Stop.
Segue.
Yeah, this is good.
I love this. This is so great. Our friends at Northwood University are launching the first ever specialized Masters of Science degree in organizational leadership with a specific in-depth exploration of our favorite industry, automotive. So focusing on automotive challenges, leadership skills, the programming features automotive case studies, readings, interactive, experiential learning scenarios. This quote from the Auto Remarketing article. The program, designed for participants with diverse auto industry experiences, offers a path for graduates of Northwood's automotive marketing management and aftermarket management program, creating a unified and comprehensive educational journey. So 24 months online, and you can have a master's in automotive. I love that.
I absolutely love this. And I love that it's organizational leadership. This is especially key when you think about the consolidation of auto, because there are many more people that are going to need to understand being a car person, still operating an auto retailing store, but also doing the organizational leadership things that are required when you start to have a lot more scale within an organization. So this I think is a key movement as we push toward consolidation.
Isn't that think about all of the small groups that that have become medium-sized groups or mid-sized groups that are approaching large group status. The key differentiator is the leadership. Without a doubt, it's not like better inventory management. It's somebody who understands organizational leadership through and through.
Yep.
Hey, look, it's
growth due to additive growth just through acquisition, right?
Yes.
And then you have to have the people management skills to bring those people along. The people that I've talked to that I was just talking to a dealer last Thursday that they just bought 5 stores, and the requirement of the leadership when acquiring 5 stores and bringing those people into the organization is deep. He was saying it's one of the hardest things that I've ever done, because
it's beyond practical.
All of these people have to come into the culture.
That's the toughest part. You see groups with great cultures, and whatever the size of the acquisition is, dilutes the culture you've been working on for so long. It dilutes it by whatever percentage that is of people in stores coming in. So yeah, it's beyond practical. So no one better to handle this than our friends at Northwood. They're just great people. They've been paying attention. They really care about the lives of their students. They're so invested. So it'll be fun to see how this one plays out for sure. We'll catch up with them at NADA, I'm sure. You know, maybe we can get a couple initial entrants into that. Speaking of a new entrant,
Stop. Segue.
Kind of new concept entrant.
McDonald's is further unveiling CosMc, a secretive new restaurant spinoff, stirring intrigue and speculation in the fast food industry from one influential TikToker. So the new McDonald's little spinoff is based on a little-known McDonald's Land character from the late 80s. CosMc aims to blend McDonald's core essentials and essence with a distinct personality. The first presumed location is going to be in Bolingbrook, Illinois. You know that famous city.
Of course.
Where a retro-style building and multiple drive-through lanes can now be seen, hinting at a focus on quick service. Social media buzz suggests a shift toward McCafe-style offerings over traditional fast food, potentially challenging the old Starbucks.
So basically, they made this restaurant with Kyle Mountsier in mind because they're not, and because, well, I think this location is literally like right next to an existing McDonald's.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's not just going to be burgers, fries, and a new way to deliver the same old thing. Like, I was talking to my wife about this story actually over the weekend because it came up. I think they might be onto something.
I think they might be onto something because what Starbucks did is like normalize getting coffee through a drive-through fast.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that McDonald's knows how to do is deliver food quickly through a drive-through. And then when you talk about the fact that I think they've actually got a better coffee product in the end, depending on if they can scale, like, you know, the double cappuccino, no whip with the frappe.
The
spice action, then they'll be good to go. A TikToker named Snackalator and others are eagerly participating in the new concept, keeping regular tabs on the construction of the location. So even though McDonald's isn't talking about it, you know, TikTok's got you.
TikTok's talking about it. Well, look, whatever you're talking about today, we hope it's oriented toward people. We know that paying attention to people makes our businesses more profitable, successful, and most importantly, it makes them more meaningful.